Hey guys, what's up? It's Ace here for A-War Airsoft, and today I tried a little bit of something new. I tried R-hopping my barrel. So it's a different type of hop-up unit. I have a little bit of an unorthodox technique of how it works, but pretty much the process is the same. So what you're going to need is this little silicone, well, not silicone, but rubber. It's a thicker rubber than the actual hop-ups, and essentially you're building one of these little platforms, if you can see it right there. So tools you're going to need, probably a pen for marking stuff, and it rubs right off. Sandpaper for sanding them down. Your rubber tubing here, which works great for it. Cutting boards, so you're not cutting stuff. And then a knife set to do the cutting. Oh, and the measuring tape, so you can get a good measurement of your inner barrel holes and different things like that. So, I'm going to start off by clearing this cutting board of all the shavings I have from earlier. Alright, so we'll start with the barrel assembly here. Something I don't have is a barrel clip. Just gonna need that to secure the barrel back to the hop-up. So start off by turning your hop-up all the way down. You're gonna have to pull your hop-up apart in order to do this. If you don't know how to do that, probably shouldn't be working on guns because it is relatively easy. So now I got my hop-up out. You have to get this bucking. I'll show you guys the R-hop I did earlier. My bucking is all stuck in there. And it never hurts to have a couple extra tools handy with you, or small objects that you can use to poke through a hop-up. This bucking doesn't really want to come out. There we go. Alright, so under buckings you can actually be pretty darn brutal. You don't need to be real nice to them, because I kind of did a lot of cutting different things to get this to fit over the R-hop, so then my barrel didn't wobble in there. This little nub that I made, as you can see right there, it fits into my barrel and ends up getting a flatter surface and more surface area for the BB to touch. So to start off by making one of these, I'm just going to show you guys how I make it out of this one. Taking that one out. You're going to start off by doing some basic measuring. You want to get a bucking or a nub that sits flush in there. As you can see, this one sits right over my chamber. You don't want to take off too much rubber at a time. You should go slow and just work slowly on it. So we'll start off smoothing out these edges. And see, I kind of started off by taking a lot off, but I'm just trying to get the length right now. Once you're done with that, let's start with the width. Just keep working. And the width is almost there. almost there. One last thing. Alright, so now that we have the width just about perfect, I can show you guys that. And I got the little bit hanging off that I'm going to cut next. See, there's a little lip there that's hanging off. So we'll go ahead and cut that next. This is where measuring starts coming in handy. So you can take your measuring tape. You're going to measure the width of the whole flat serrated cutout part of your barrel. One little mark to big mark. So we'll go. We're going to cut off about a quarter or like a 1/12 of an inch. An inch, and you shouldn't cut off much more than that at a time. So now my hop up almost fits perfectly on there. So now that you have this piece, then here comes the tricky part. As you can see, it does fit on there, but now it's too big and it's protruding from the barrel and it doesn't quite go into the barrel. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the end of the nub right here, and you're gonna have to angle it in to it in order to get it to sit flush inside your barrel and have the square push through the square hole in your serrated barrel. So that is simple enough, but you do need to measure your barrel inside again and get the actual hole of the barrel. So in my case is 2/12 of an inch. So we will take this right here, line it up at 2/12, then we can start on cutting. So it really doesn't need to be a perfect cut, but the better you cut it, the more precise your shot's probably going to come out at when you're done with this. Alright, so we're about close to get all those little bits off there. So it'll sit flush on the barrel. So once you're done with that, which I'm not going to show you the rest of it, it gets really tedious after that, and it's kind of a trial and error thing. You're going to come out with the serrated edges of the nub, if I can show that to you guys. Right there, as you can see. So when it comes to sanding, You gotta put it around a round object. Around a roundish object. So that way you can get it round when it's inside the barrel. So this is where your pencil comes in handy, because it's a round object. And you can just hold it up against the pencil. In this case, I had one piece of this that was a little too big inside the barrel, and the BBs weren't coming off quite right. So I'm trying to focus on sanding that side down a little bit more than the other. Alright, so now that it's sanded, you can see it's about a perfect fit inside the barrel. Just about perfect right there. And works quite well. So here's where the cheating comes. What I did in order to hold the barrel in place is I took that hop-up nub and I cut a hole in it so the nub can reach the hop-up fucking where the R hop is under this. So this is a slip that goes over it to hold the barrel in place. So I'm just gonna slide that right back on top, and you can see the R hop inside there. Alright. So once you've done that, then you can throw it back in your barrel, and that's basically what really worked for me. Beyond that, there's not much more to it. Once you've done this, you're pretty much done with your installation, and it pretty much just comes down to doing fine tweaking to see what works best for your gun. I'm going to do one last thing here is I'll cut this a little bit more, and I'll show you guys what the finished product comes out to be. You just want a perfect square so you're not interfering. So this little sleeve that keeps it held in place isn't really interfering with the nub or the R hop. So now that we got it all R hopped up, put it in the barrel. Silicone oiling it always helps when trying to get this back in, since it will be just a little bit thicker than before. So just make sure you got everything lined up correctly. Once you've done that, put your clip, your barrel clip back on. That should keep it relatively in place from turning and such. If you don't have any extra hop up, it can span out back at you. There you go, voila. You are now have an R-hopped barrel and hop-up unit that sits flush and works really, really well. So this is Ace for AWAR Airsoft. I'd just like to say thanks for watching, guys. If you have any more tech questions, you can leave it in the comments section below. Can't answer all